you may lack the confidence to move forward because you feel like, you know what, I don't even think I know enough to be doing X, Y, or Z, right? Or I need to get better at X, Y, and Z. But how you get better at something is by doing that something. So I would say to you is study by doing. Study by doing also, right? Study by doing also. Study by researching. Study. Study your craft. You get what I'm saying? And while you're studying, you're going to make mistakes, but most importantly, you're going to learn. You're going to learn, right? So the key is, how much can I learn? I can learn so much by studying. The more I study, the more I learn. It don't even matter what stage you at. You always learning, right? And then study by doing. The more you do it, the more you learn. You know, it's like people would say like, every time I read something or I read the Bible, every time I read the Bible, I learn something new, right? Somebody might say like, oh, you know what? I like watching reruns of certain shows, right? I ain't gonna lie. Game of Thrones is one of them. I don't watch that joint back to front at least like 8 times. Okay, 5 to 7. That's close to 8. You see what I'm saying? But every time I watch it, like I'm learning something new about the show, right? My other show I like watching, like I know I don't watch this about 12, 15 times already. About 12, 15 times already. I'm about to just stop counting at this point. The Office. Oh man, I love that show. You know what I mean? So I don't watch that all the time, boy. I, you know, I see things differently. Every time I watch it different. Watch it again. Another one I like Seinfeld. I laugh all the time. You know what I mean? I'm laughing about the show. I see from a different perspective, but similar. But I see something different from it every time I watch it. I learn something new from it. You know what I mean? It's a good laugh. So the more you do it, the more you learn, man. You know what I mean? So I would just tell you, just studying your craft, or doing your craft is studying your craft, right? And then when you do it, like just review it. Bars right there. When you do it, just review it, right? And if it ain't, if you don't gotta put out everything, right? You don't gotta release everything, right? You can, if it don't, like it's not ready, right? I was watching this thing, and this guy is a painter, beautiful paintings, very, and this thing is very intricate in detail. Some of y'all probably seen it, and he was like, it's like an eagle picture, you know what I mean? And older gentleman, and he wanted to add a rock to his picture, so he drew a rock on a clear film, and then use a painter's tape and put it on there to see how it would look, and then he removed the rock to see, and he's like, I want to get that detail where you can see two rocks, and to me, it looked like a masterpiece, but to him, he was like, I just need to add that. So the interviewer was like, you as an artist, how do you know when a painting is ready and complete? He said for him, there's nothing more to add, right? It's just a feeling, like, what, ain't nothing more to add to this. So, with that said is, Study by doing. Study by researching also. Study, study, study. Right? And the reason why I said that is because he's still learning something every time he does a piece. Right? But how many pieces and paintings and drawings has this man done did in order to come to that conclusion of this is what it feels like when a piece is done and finished? You know what I mean? This is an older gentleman. He looked to be about in his 70s. You know what I mean? Real talk. You know what I mean? So how many paintings has he done to realize I know when it's done? So my whole thing is this: perfecting your craft, right? You continue to do your craft and continue to perfect your craft. And the more you do it, the more you learn about your craft, to include how you feel about releasing it, how you feel about finishing it. You get what I'm saying? Now I know, because I done did all of these right here, the feeling of what it means. But in order for me to get there, I just got to do it. I got to study it. And I feel like I'm getting on a tangent. I might be going on the sideline. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just leave you right here. Study by doing. Study by doing. Okay? You got this. All right? Get in there, get in the lab, and do it. Do it.